Hello and welcome to the council update for May. My name is Wally Weisopel, City Manager, and here's what the council was up to. They met on May 10th and May 24th, beginning with a conference meeting. And at those conference meetings, the City Council has an opportunity to discuss items but take no action on them. And they met our new department directors. Debbie Dahl, our previous Director of Community Services and Employee Relations, had retired, and we have appointed and promoted Mike Mayer as the new Community Services Director. And we also created a new position for Department Director of Employee Resources, and that is Becca Helligers. And the City Council had an opportunity to meet those two new staff members. The City Council also got an update on our investments. Now, the city makes investments because we have to keep a lot of money in our savings account because we get paid twice a year from property taxes and local government aid, once in about May or June, and then again in November, December. So therefore, we have to have reserves on hand, and those reserves are invested, and to make sure that we're making the best use of city funds, the City Council got an update on how those investments are going. The City Council also had an update on scooters. Now, you've seen these scooters in Minneapolis and St. Paul, and there's a company that is interested in coming to Fridley to provide that service. So the City Council got an update on how that service might work. It would require an amendment to our zoning code, and that would go before the Planning Commission before it goes to the City Council in June. The City Council also got an update on some Highway 47 projects. This is related to the removal of the fencing that happened last year and what we call some road diets, taking some larger streets and making them narrower on the frontage roads, making them one-ways, and then adding some trails. And the City Council was looking at some additional landscaping for those projects. The City Council then met as the local Board of Appeal and Equalization, and this is a requirement that the city have, that once a year we have an opportunity to hear from residents who believe that their valuations for property is not correct. And the City Council heard 4 appeals, and their decision was to move them on to the county, which takes final action. At the regular City Council meetings, the City Council heard our report and approved our recommendation from city staff for the reorganization. Those are the two new department directors that I mentioned. The City Council also heard and recognized from our Police and Public Works Department, as May is National Police and Public Works Month, and so certificates were provided to each of those groups. And then the City Council also approved the school resource officer position with the school district here in Fridley, and also School District 916. And in this program, we've been doing it for over 20 years. We provide the schools a police officer to be inside the schools, and it's turned out to be a very productive way to build relationships with our young people. And as a matter of fact, in Fridley, we have several police officers who became interested in being police officers as a result of the school resource officer program. The City Council approved the project for the street rehabilitation within the Rice Creek area. Now, this was an area of the city that the streets were experiencing an early deterioration, and we had to get those streets in ahead of time in order to get them saved before major reconstruction is necessary. The City Council approved a grant with the Metropolitan Council to extend our clean water program, and this allows rebates to our residents who put in money-saving fixtures within their home. The City Council approved the junkyard licenses for the 2 junkyards that we have in town, auto recyclers, and this was an annual program. And then the City Council adopted or approved the comprehensive annual financial report known as our audit. What every city in Minnesota has to do is have an independent auditor come in and look at the books and the way we purchase things and make sure that we're accounting for taxpayers' dollars. And our auditors gave the report to the City Council that everything looked just fine and was what is called a clean audit. And then the City Council heard the Chapter 12 amendments to the city charter. These were recommended by the Charter Commission, And that was the first reading, and the second reading will happen in June. Thanks for tuning into the Council Update. Look forward to seeing you in June. Take care.